So, hey everyone, we're recording. Muriel and Dirk are here for you for the second session of the Freedom Lifestyles Academy workshop, hosted right now from our very near future homeland, Costa Rica. And this is actually the Freedom Lifestyles that we always dreamed of. And actually, what we're sharing in our workshop is. How we came so far. It doesn't have to be your vision to live in Costa Rica or to travel with your kids. Perhaps you don't even have kids or whatever. This is about, the evergreen strategies that you all can apply. It doesn't matter what your vision is. And this workshop is well balanced. Perhaps you're, with last week, we started with session 1. I gave you a lot of homework, and I want to thank you all for putting effort in it, for taking action on your I am vision statement. And I know that it's really a lot of work, and but this is the foundation. And for all people who are getting impatient for that, because who think there are a lot of advanced mindset people here who say, well, it's not new for me. I know this is not new. This is about implementation, and I just want to give you the extra golden nuggets for making that strong foundation for the marketing chunks that's coming starting next week. About building up your sales funnels, but also the background information for that, branding yourself, find your target audience, and of course also that techie stuff, creating funnels, what's important to put in your funnels, put on your capture pages, how you make capture pages, etc., etc. So don't think that I'm only going to talk about things that some of you already know. No. If you already know this stuff, it is for you to just be reminded, because the mind needs repetition all the time. I need repetition myself. I can show you my book where all my I am statements are in, and it looks like crap because this travels around the world with me, but this is my book, and I show this also on my other workshops. And sometimes I think, holy crap, we were traveling, I didn't do my I am statements for 3 days. I have to remind myself too. So then let it be a reminder if this topics is not new for you. But hey, before I'm going to start hosting the training, like the official session about vision boards, I want to start with doing a short roundtable session for a maximum 30 minutes. I want to give you the chance to share some things, to ask some things, and right after I will be going to cover a couple of things. Just give you a highlight of what you will be able to learn today. I will start sharing why 3-dimensional vision boards are so crucial for getting where you want to be. 2, I will exactly give you some examples how 3-dimensional vision boards look like. I know some people already have vision board, but they're not 3-dimensional. So why is it so important to create one that has 3 dimensions? I will, of course, tell you how to use your 3-dimensional vision board or boards, and most of all, very important, how to make them. So again, you're gonna be put to work the coming weeks, and not just by creating your vision board. I cannot highlight enough that you're all also added in the Instagram workshop. That's the digital ready to go training that you have access to. You should work on that simultaneously. So really, I really recommend you. This is like a golden tip for not getting all over the place, getting frustrated that you have deadlines, and make a schedule. Be realistic. You'll all probably have busy lives, busy families, stuff to do, jobs, kids, sick family members. You have your stuff, but make a schedule, and you better work on those 2 areas. So on your Instagram and on your vision, like a little part per day each, then skip a day. But you have to implement it in your day. And if you think, shoot, my day is so full, you gotta be prepared and gotta be willing to put your alarm and just wake up an hour earlier, or just go to bed an hour later. That's how we did it too. You don't have to, but this is for you, right? So that's just, again, how we're sharing just everything that we did and still do. So I want to welcome everyone. I want to welcome Mexico, and I want to really thank you for getting up in the middle of your night. I know you're in Japan. Welcome, Sherilyn. Welcome, Julie, welcome Via, welcome Birgit, welcome Karen, welcome Carol and Helen. Of course, welcome my husband Dirk, but he's sitting at the opposite of the table. And welcome all the other people who are watching the recording. That's why we record those. And in the chat group, we come together also for you when you have things you want to share or ask. So for now, I'm sitting here quite relaxed. And I just want to give you the opportunity to share. I read your I Am Vision statements. They were awesome. Some of you haven't finished it. That's cool. Like I said, you do what you have to do. This is for you. I cannot force you. I will not bug you down, say you got to do it. No. You do it whenever you want it. I am looking forward to hearing some of your questions, some of your experiences. If you want to say something or ask something, do this and I will unmute you, and you have the space to take the stage or just ask around. Who wants to say something about how it was going with creating that I Am Vision statement, or some things that was not clear enough, or yeah. I see that as a compliment, actually, that no one is asking. So what I found really amazing, it's really, okay, Helen, yeah, it's easier for me. I can just talk for hours, but I want you to talk. Cool, I'm going to mute you out. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to mute you out.
Muted by the host?
Yeah. You're muted.
Yeah?
Helen, Carol, yeah.
Hi.
Hi, Holland.
Yeah, I just want to let you know that I've been thinking about my I am statement for a while. But it was quite hard for me to figure out what I really want. And then one day I sat down and I think I wrote it in one breath. But what I already shared in the chat group is that I find the long proclamations a bit harder than the short proclamations, and still I'm shifting with my short proclamations. But Karel already told me, you can change that. It's not written in stone or anything. I find it a very good suggestion that you said that the long proclamations, they have a length, like you can say it in one breath. That's definitely not the case with my long proclamations, so still working on that one. Second, what I would like to point out is that it was so helpful to see the other I am statements. I know it's a very personal thing, but it helped me so much. I read them all, and it was nice to see that we had things in common. And if you bundle them up, you can really see in between the lines what somebody wants or what somebody's after, or a bit about this personality, or and I find that very beautiful, and it was extremely helpful that everybody was so open and sharing their I am statements. So thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you for sharing this with us, Helen. And like all the feedback that I wrote, something like it's also the Wi-Fi. Sometimes I have to keep it short because, I'm not sure if I have electricity. I read them all. And you are extremely brave, all who shared it, who shared with each other in this safe place. I cannot highlight enough, this is a safe place. And sometimes I do share stuff on my social media about, what's happening in my classes, but I will never ever share your personal stuff without this is a safe zone, right? And the fact that you all helping each other, that is like gold already. And what I said, it is important to make your I am statement official and share with the world. It like how do you say that, it has a greater impact. Your I am statement is going to get a greater impact when you share it with the world and not keep it for yourself. It's like if you really literally start to read the book Ask and It Is Given, and you dig in Joe Dispenza's material and his work, you will understand that this is not something that's just working, that I'm making up. This is freaking science. It's like by writing it down, by sharing it with others, by being open and dare to ask it, it's going to be like an elevated power that's going to work. It's going to help you be literally a magnet for like manifesting those things. You're going to see, I'm going to show you in a bit what happened after I worked with my vision board. Literally stuff appeared, and it was literally on my vision board. Sometimes it gave me so much goosebumps that I had to squeeze myself. Like, this is like an area of my vision board. But you are all really awesome that you share with each other, and you're so supportive for each other. Awesome. Yes. Oh, about the longer I am statements. The beginning, I can show it to you. I made a mess of my book. Like the whole time I am rewriting stuff, and it's like, but I'm rewriting things all the time. It's not written in stone. You see, I'm rewriting things every month. I'm rewriting it every month because you change, your brain changes. So everything is in movement. There's no wrong. Okay. I just cannot highlight that enough. So who also wants to say something or ask something? And it's okay. Anything is okay to share or to ask. Otherwise, I have a question for you. Who recorded his I am statement audio already? Awesome. So, okay, that's great. Did you listen to it every day? Awesome. You see, there's the diversion already coming. And this is not to be naughty, to be harsh on you, but now I've set like a deadline to have completed this assignment. The secret sauce of how this stuff's gonna work is not that I'm teaching you it, because basically you can find all this stuff on the internet. Most of you have heard about this stuff before. It's about using it daily, and I am keeping you accountable in this couple of months to just take action on it. You will see that magic starts to happen when you on a regular basis start action on everything that I'm teaching you. I just combined everything in a workshop. So yeah, take action on what you do. This is marketing is just tech. It's just skill set. Making money. It has nothing to do only with marketing and techie stuff. It's more than 80% mindset and working actively on it. The tech marketing stuff, we're gonna lay it down for you. It's not the most hardest thing in the world. The hardest thing in the world, believe me, from the bottom of my heart, is taking action daily on a consistent basis, doing the inner work. The inner work it's not the most hardest work, but to keep it consistently up and doing it, that's the hardest work. You know why? Because 80% is pulling you every single day in every, it's grabbing your attention to not do it. And there's distractions everywhere. So yeah, that's just how it is. And I'm so proud of you. Dirk, do you want to share something about the assignments that we put up for? Dirk's looking at me like, what did you just ask? Come here. Do you want to share something about how powerful it has been for you? I just want to make sure that no one has a question or something. That's not smart because you almost fall down. Okay.
Hey guys. She asked me to move over, but there's actually a very deep gap behind here, so I think I'm okay. So no, about the assignments, about the when I first heard of this, I'm not properly dressed for this workshop anyway, and when I heard of this, I thought, yeah, right, and I ignored it for a long time, And yeah, and then I made a decision because things didn't happen, and when we started out, we were not in the best kind of situation. So I thought, what the heck, what do I have to lose? So I found myself first, going to the beach and do my statements over there where nobody was there. And because I thought, oh, what will the neighbors say? And trust me, if you come in our household, you will, once in a while, you will hear Muriel screaming out of the kitchen or out of the shower, or me, or I don't care about my neighbors. It's my future. I wanna go somewhere, and it's been our dream to it works. I don't know why. I don't care why. It does work. And I read it in multiple places, and there were many mentors that taught it to us. I've been in a coaching for the last 15 months. No, less, about 10 months. And he will be on this workshop. I don't know when he's planned to be. In a couple of weeks. I taught him again, and again, and I see what it does. I see the changes happening. Things that we shouted, asked to the universe, proclaimed, whatever you like to call it, things are starting to happen. And it is not that it comes from above or whatever. No, it's where you focus on. And maybe it's always there, but if you're not focused on it, you will most likely not see it, and it will not happen. So that is I just say, do it. It's no rocket science. It's just silly, You have to look in the mirror and do your proclamations, or shout them into the thing. But get over that embarrassment if you feel that, ever experience that, and just have fun with it, and just keep doing it every single day. And things will change. Everything that is on Muriel's vision board, 90% of Muriel's vision board came through. And the funny thing is that things happened, and then we came home and then you look at the vision board. Oh my God, that! And you could just point on the vision board. That is what we went through this holiday, or that is what just happened, or things like that. So yeah, I'm gonna give it back to Muriel, and awesome.
So I'm back. And if no one has questions about the first assignment, then I will just start changing the screen. I'm gonna just put myself on speaker view, and okay. You have a question? Sure, anytime. I mute you.
Yes. Okay. I wrote everything in English, and something that Via said, just write it in your own language first. What is your experience with that? Because you're Dutch, but you're doing, all your work in English. So what's your comment on that?
That's a great question. Thank you for asking this here. Actually, I forgot to bring that up, but thanks to your question, I can now share it, especially when you are another nationality than the English here. I recommend you to do it in the language that's the closest to you. I know that you are not marketing in English, for example. You have your own reasons for doing this training. I am writing it down in English because I think in English. I'm marketing English for 4 years already. And I didn't know this strategy 4 years ago. So I just learned this about 1.5 to 2 years ago, start working with this. And that time I was already doing everything in English. If you look at my Facebook wall, everything is in English. So I think and write and live in English language. It's going to be Spanish, by the way, in a year, but I'm not sure. I'm not going to write my proclamation in Spanish then, because the language, Spanish, is not really familiar for me then. That's a great example. So I will keep doing it in English, and I think you should be doing it in the language you feel most familiar with. If that's English, do it in English. If it's Dutch, do it in Dutch. You know why? This is like the thing. It's about manifesting things, right? That only happens when you create. This is about creation, creating elevated emotion. You have to elevate your vision with emotions. And those emotions you're going to create yourself. Artificial, right? Not artificial because it's your ideas, but you like make visions of that in written down text, in I am statements, in a vision board. When it doesn't give you goosebumps, it's not going to help you creating it, according to Joe Dispenza's quantum physics and law of attraction and Abraham Hicks, because when it doesn't give you that emotions, you're not going to create those vibrations you really need to manifest things. You got to become the magnet for manifesting things. Literally, thoughts become things. It doesn't work if when you're reading your proclamations, it doesn't do anything with you in your feeling. I hope that makes sense. It doesn't matter if it's in Chinese. If you're a good Chinese talker, right? You should do it in Chinese if that's the most closest to you. But it has to do something with your inside, with your feeling. You got to give you goosebumps when you're saying it. Yeah. Okay. Great question. You see, questions start to bubble up when the moment that I still give you the space to come up with those. Anyone else? I'm actually just curious. You don't have to answer. I'm looking at Karen because I see your husband's shoulder. I know that he's there, but like, I know that you're a couple, right? And now Karen and Helen are a couple, and Dirk and I are a couple, and I think it must have an impact that you're working on this, and that perhaps your partner is like looking over your shoulder, thinking, you know, what she's doing, and I'm just curious, how does it go for you? That you're in this workshop and you get assignments to do stuff before the mirror. Is your partner working with you, or is there any? Yeah, I'm gonna unmute you. I'm just curious.
So Ryan's curious, and he didn't actually do the assignment this week, but he was curious. He read what I wrote. He watched the audio, and I've been encouraging him to also do it with me so that we're a team. And he's thinking about it. He's getting there.
Oh, that's great. What you tell me here is that at least you have a very open-minded husband here and you don't have to, it's not like you don't have to force each other to also to do it. I have met people who are really successful now. They started marketing and learning all this when they had a partner totally not supporting and even being anti, like keeping them away from it and making stupid jokes and stuff. And what I see, the fact that you're here, I just want to give you a warm welcome too. That is so cool, so important for Karen that she knows that at least she is supported, that she has the space to do it. And I know people just have to walk away from their home. There's always a way. If you have an unsupportive husband or just spouse, that you have to do your work in another area, just go to the beach, go to whatever. There's no one around to keep you away from it. But it does help when the other is like, at least, or when it's like this, like, I don't know what you're doing, but do your thing if it makes you happy. That is already a lot of help, right? So I'm really thrilled to see you here, and I just want to welcome you two here. Do whatever you want, stay here or support Karen, or look over her shoulder and think, well, this is weird. It doesn't matter as long that she has the space to do it. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm very supportive.
Awesome. Great. So I'm going to mute you out again. Is there anyone else want to share something or? And then otherwise I'm just going to continue doing the training. And I made some notes here because I know myself, I can be all over the place. And I have some background noises here, kids playing in the pool. And so I will be looking sometimes down check my notes. So I am just changing now the settings. Hold on, give me a sec to. Okay, so I pinned my video. What I will be doing is I have to, hold on, give me 1 minute. Okay, I am almost set to go. And if you need to grab a pen and paper, this is the perfect moment to do it. I will not be sharing like a PowerPoint with all of notes. I will be giving you some extra tips after if you want me to put some points down. But yeah, you got to make your own notes today. I don't do it like to bug you, but it's really important to. I'm fighting with the settings here. Yeah. Okay. So what I will be doing in a sec is share my screen. I'm going to show you something, but I'm going to start the training right now officially. Dirk will be checking the chat if something is up with the sound. Let me know in the chat. And so I'm gonna kick ass with showing you a couple of awesome things and tricks about vision boards. So welcome again. This is session 2 of the Freedom Lifestyles Academy Workshop Intensive. And who doesn't know me, my name is Muriel, but you all know me. And Dirk, my husband, and I started our Freedom Lifestyles Academy because we always had a drive to live a freedom lifestyle, and we started to dig into a lot of training and material to get there. And really proud to be hosting this session 2 in Costa Rica at the moment. And today is session 2. It's like the more advanced training about how you can elevate all your mindset according to what you've learned last week with creating your I am vision statements, making the audio, visualizing, doing the mirror work. Today you will be learning about how to create a vision board, and that really helps the mind to get more a clearer view on what you want. And why is a 3-dimensional vision board so important? Well, for example, if you go to a travel agent and you say, give me 2 tickets, you will never know where you're going to be ending up, right? It's going to be 2 tickets to, it could be anywhere. So if you took my advice seriously and you read the book Ask and It Is Given, and you're digging into Joe Dispenza's work, how I recommended you to do it, it is really obvious that that the universe is working according to some rules. And you have to learn how to manifest things, and that is working away with your mind. That's the brain in action. And you got to help your mind to see something that's not there yet. A 3-dimensional vision board helps you to see something that others can't see yet. That includes yourself. Now, with all the tips that I shared in session number 1, you will be able to make like a clear picture of it. But the 3-dimension board is like the extra way of giving your mind all the food that it needs to see yourself in the future. You got to create yourself in the future. And as you can see, this is really a freedom lifestyle. There are kids running around, you know, that's a friend of my son. You see walking down, sneaking in at the back of me. If you do not give your mind a clear view of where you want to be, it's going to be really hard to help manifest everything that you want to create. And I cannot highlight enough, it doesn't matter what happened in the past. You got to remind yourself how your future is going to be. You got to create it yourself. And I will be, so I'm covering why a 3-dimensional vision board is so important. Also going to give you some examples. And then I will be sharing how you got to use your vision board and then how to make it. And there's some practical tips for that. So what is the most important of vision board? That's this key. And this is written down by Tony Robbins, by Joe Dispenza, by Bob Proctor. This is like all some examples of mindset people and writers and authors and speakers who share all this. You have to create a thought that you have to make yourself. That's your thoughts elevated with emotions, and that generates a feeling, right? And that feeling, if you use it well with the strategy that we'll be sharing in the Freedom Lifestyles Academy workshop, you will be basically see magic happen. Let me share in a bit, right now I'm gonna share my screen to give you an idea of what happened to us. Hold on, sharing my screen, going to the PowerPoint. I hope you can all see my screen. Let me know if you cannot in the chat. So this is some examples of a 3-dimensional vision board. So how does a 3-dimensional vision board look like? Now, before I'm going to show that to you, you got to know this. If you dig into Joe Dispenza's work, he's talking, and also Abraham Hicks is talking about a void. There is in the law of attraction, the key is that everything that you're thinking will be, everything is already there. I'm really excited to say that we're gonna have a guest speaker in a couple of weeks. And I did it with a reason to invite our guest speaker in a couple of weeks, because all the mindset stuff will be a little bit off because you're so focused on the marketing stuff. But you will be hear him saying too, he's a quantum physics expert, just like Joe Dispenza. He's not a brain scientist like Joe Dispenza, but he knows a lot about the touch of matrix, how to manifest things. He's the person that Dirk is working intensively with. He's giving workshops. He's a quantum physics expert, and he says, time, there is no time. What matters is what's today and what you are attracting. Now, if you're waking up with your cell phone, like I intend to do, I got to remind myself, that's not a good way of starting your day. You got to start your day with looking at your vision board that gives you, that's created by your thoughts, by your dreams, and that elevated with emotions, and that will be able to help you manifest breakthrough things coming to you, like appearing out of the blue. I can give you examples, and I will be showing it to you in a bit. That stuff happened that was on my vision board. So actually everything is already there, but you're not able to see it yet because you're focused on the wrong things. If you focus on the news and what is not possible, then you're gonna attract that. I cannot say it enough. Read the book Ask and It Is Given. If you focus on what you cannot do, that's why I gave you the feedback, some of you, that you have to delete from your I am statement what you don't want. Because that's like an unconscious, you're gonna like ask it. It's like you're gonna ask for that deliverance. And like I said with the golfer, that friend, that he's a golfer and was always thinking, the ball should not go in the water, not go in the water. The ball went in the water, until we started to focus on that the ball should be in the grass, the ball in the grass. So actually, it was easier to get the ball in the grass. It really works that way. Now, here's some examples of vision boards. So this is an example. So we had a mentor, Darren, and he gave, we were in an intensive workshop with him 2 years ago, and he shared this vision board training with us, and this is an example of one of his students about how a three-dimensional vision board of someone who's really successful look like. And you will be able to learn how this is put together. If you focus on it and if you look through your eyelashes, you will be able to see that you are sucked in, that basically are multiple dimensions. And life is about multiple dimensions. I'm not sure if you all seen the movie The Matrix, but basically the Matrix is there. The world is how you want it to see, and there's actually more in life than just your reality. You have to create your own reality, and this is like, there are no rules. Anything is possible. This is a vision board that's three-dimensional. This is another example. You will see that there are like bigger things at the front, smaller things at the background, and literally suck you in, so that the car that you see here on the left side, the white, what is it, like the white truck, it's gonna drive in the water, and there's like this person hanging on that rock, a rock climber above it. Well, basically those pictures are with an X-Acto knife cut from different magazines and put together in this vision board. Basically seeing that white sports car coming out of that sea is proving that this is three-dimensional. This is like multiple dimensions, right? That is quite important to know. So a three-dimensional vision board, if you have already pasted some nice pictures on a board, all nicely next to each other, that is not as powerful enough, okay? And what is really important to, and hold on here, I have two little boys. Yeah, okay. So what is really important is that, this is, by the way, Dirk's vision board, that you're going to be learning how to, and that I really want you to start creating this the coming week, and keep this in your life. If your vision board is completed, or it's not done yet, or it's not perfect yet for you, and you think, doesn't give me the right vibrations, this is really not doing anything with me, probably it has not enough depth. It doesn't, and it should be giving you goosebumps. If you stare to your vision board, it should give you like this, you know, wow, this is how I want my life to look like. This is going to be your creation. Here you see that some parts are not totally three-dimensional yet at the bottom, but it doesn't matter. It's like a continuous process. This is my vision board, which I'm still using because it's still working. And a lot of things that's on this literally appeared. I will be showing you some examples. That this is also some tips about how three-dimensional vision boards, or just vision boards in general should have is like, it's symbolical. Okay, so don't pin yourself on that it's not possible. Don't think, actually it's not possible to hear sunbathe while I see myself also here meditating. It doesn't make sense. You have to let that go. If you go to the infinite possibilities of the universe, there are no rules. You gotta allow yourself to think there are no rules. You're the creator of how your life is going to be. Remember that we started our journey online being $300,000 in debt, and that actually we had no clue that we could be here now, living a freedom lifestyle in Costa Rica, traveling. And if you can see here, this lady in the top bottom, that is like the symbol for myself with my daughter, and for myself with my kids, being a really relaxed mom. We're smiling. So it's not typically just myself and my daughter, because you see a girl and you see a woman. This symbolizes for me being a really relaxed mom, having no stress about money or bankruptcy debts, and having all the time in the world, and doing trips with my kids, showing them the world. That's what you see, that we are traveling. You see here someone sitting on a horse, and a girl right in front. You see here a table with people. That symbolizes like having always guests, meeting people from all over the world into our dream house. So this is my dream, right? It doesn't have to be yours. This is like a bed. You see top bottom, because we slept in a crappy bed, right, for such a long time. We had pain in our bags from a crappy bed. So I just see this also as a bed, but also symbolizes that I have all the time in the world to sleep enough, to not grind my life away, waking up by an alarm clock. And that's the clock here, symbolizes that time. Time is just nothing. There is no time. It's what you make it. And you got to create time doing what you love today, right? And I will show you here that this happened. This is my daughter and myself, and this is actually a post that I used in my marketing. We're going to be sharing, how to create those kind of posts, and why, and how, in what kind of social media marketing. But this is that woman, right under on that vision board of myself with my daughter in Paris. This was last year, September, October. I took her to Paris because it's her dream. And 3 years ago, when we hit bankruptcy, it was totally not thinkable. It was not thinkable. We had no money. So this is my vision board, and this is our new bed. We happen to make a lot of money online with our online business and with our affiliate marketing. And here I just put my vision board on our brand new bed. And this is like the invoice of the bed. It was just delivered. And that was a dream come true. And here you see the bed, right? And this is, okay, so this was not on my vision board, but this was in my written down I am statements, that we will be speaking on stages all over the world. This is also an image that I created for my marketing, because sharing what you're doing is really important to inspire others. It doesn't matter what you want to achieve. You gotta share stuff from yourself. And this is a dream come true. I still remember that I wrote down and I proclaimed it for 3 months, that we got an invite to be speaking on stages all over the world, getting goosebumps, seeing that invite to be on a stage. And I did hear what I proclaimed to our team, that we're going to bring them up stage to celebrate together, because success is just built by working together. That's also one of my that's just a key of success. You can never do it alone. You need others. You got to work together. You got to work in a team. You got to surround yourself by inspirational people, and elevate yourself, with others. So this is us on stage in Nashville, 2000, and I think I lost count, 2015, this was 2015. So incredible being on leaderboards. That was in my written down I am statements, hitting the leaderboards in the company that we're affiliates of, selling other people's products and helping other people to get there too. So here you see like some students of us hitting the leaderboards. This is December 2016. Yeah, being number 1, number 2. This is just not, I had no clue about marketing. So again, when I start making the vision board, I had no clue that I was capable of doing this. It started to happen after I did the mind work, okay? Daily, consistently. This is another speaking on stage moment in Dallas last year. As a social worker, I just work with people offline in their homes, and doing this on stage was really a blessing, and it happened after I proclaimed it day after day. Then this is one of the dreams of Dirk, but also was written down by us, both of us, that we sold the restaurant. This is exactly today, a year ago, that Dirk sold the restaurant to Angela. That's the lady here at the bottom with the glasses on. This is our restaurant last year before we sold it, and that got us out of bankruptcy debt. So with the selling of the restaurant that we were able to sell because of all the marketing strategies that we're gonna share in the coming weeks, how to grow your revenue, how to attract more customers to your restaurant, to your affiliate marketing business, to your online business, to your own products or services. This is just a result. It was written down. We worked on this. We proclaimed this. This is not made up. This is that you saw it on my vision board, an airplane flying with my family. Typically a girl here doesn't want to be on the picture, but this is my mom-in-law showing my family the world and travel every school holidays to tropical destinations. This happened last year, Dominican Republic. It was on my vision board. And this is another picture taken in May this year, Costa Rica, finding our home to stay. And this is showing my kids the world. It's literally in my proclamations every single day, all those time. And this is a jungle tour with a guide. And we're looking at some awesome animals there, monkeys and in the trees. You saw horses on my vision board. Here's my daughter on a horse in Costa Rica. And also she does horseback riding here in the Netherlands. When we hit bankruptcy, there was totally not a way that we could afford horseback riding. So I proclaimed this. And this is Joe Dispenza. I dreamed to meet Joe Dispenza. I see him right now as this moment of one of my primary mentors. Yes, you can have a primary mentor when you do not talk with him or every single day. We are in training with him. So feeding my mind is what I do every single day, and you should do too. So I'm glad that you took mentorship with us. This proves that we are feeding our minds to serve you better. So if I talk about Joe Dispenza, it's not just from books. We actually did his training and we met him, and this is really recently taken. So this is really recently seeing a $9,000, let's say it's almost $10,000 coming in while we were traveling. This is a marketing post. We're going to show you how to create this stuff. And again, it doesn't have to have the same numbers, whatever, but this is a way of marketing we're going to teach you. But this is about that. This was one of my visions, to travel and make money, to be in another place than the Netherlands and be able to fund my family's lifestyle, doing the things we love. This is for real. This is July 21. We were here in Costa Rica. So this is done, by the way, in the company that we are currently in. And it happened to be really converting well, not only for us, but also for our friends and our team. Yeah, this is what people love, starting a franchise business, not learning all the tech themselves. This is like leveraging a ready-to-go system. So if you are really open for a high ticket opportunity, this might be something for you. But that's not what the workshop is about. The workshop is about creating your vision. It doesn't matter if it's like building more revenue for your restaurant traveling more, getting more customers so you can do whatever you want. Anything is possible. There are infinite possibilities. Take action on your inner work consistently and combine it with great attraction marketing. That is actually exactly what you got to do. And that's what our workshop is about. I stop sharing my screen now, so I'm back. So this was just some stuff for the eyeballs to see. And what I will be doing, and I thought, last week I did like a PowerPoint, you were not seeing my face all the time. I'm gonna ask you to grab your pen and paper and to listen how you will be able to create your vision board. And it starts with this. What you need to create your 3-dimensional vision board. So this is like the action plan of how to create it. So you saw it was 3-dimensional, right? It was a, let me show you this. So if this is the vision board, it starts like this. This is what you're gonna need. And I want you to write it down. You need a whiteboard, and that's also called a sticker, mag, tack, finish, or just a board big. Okay, so you saw the example when it was on. It should be not tiny. It should be, I will look up the sizes for you, but it should be something that's right in front of you, and the bigger the better. But the bigger, the more images you need, okay? You need a glue stick. You need scissors, an X-Acto knife. That's really important, an X-Acto knife. And you need magazines. Now, this is really important. The magazines that you need are not just the magazines with fashion or whatever. You need high quality magazines, and you need magazines or images that are huge. So this is my best tip. Hold on, Dirk, you're banging the table. We're still working outside the business here, outside the office here with all animals walking around, dogs, kids. So what we use as magazines is for nature backgrounds, National Geographic, but this is like a golden tip. Go to bookstores in the secondhand corner or something and look for secondhand travel agency, travel calendars. Look for big size images, because to create the 3-dimensional, you gotta need bigger images and smaller images with really bright colors. So with the normal magazines you buy in a central station or in a bookstore, in general, the images are really tiny, and then you're gonna not be able to create it 3-dimensional because you need like a big image, at least one. It could be a big car, a big palm tree, a big whatever it's in your vision, to make the difference between front and back. Okay, so I used like calendars that were in a bookstore, and I could buy them for $1 each. If you buy really high quality magazines new, they're not really cheap, but there are ways to just buy them secondhand. Okay. Ideas for magazines that we use if you are creating your vision that's in the future, although it seems far away. Like, for example, you want to make 10K per month, you want to be a millionaire, you got to use images that fits that vision. So you need to have images of yachts, of expensive cars, of dream houses. So go to a car dealer and ask for magazines, and it is actually what we do as well to elevate that feeling. Step into your vision by, if your dream is buy a new car, go visit those car dealers, right? And just feel that dream car already. This is like background information while you're working on your vision board. Start visiting that future for real. I want you to write this down in your list of what stuff you need, what stuff you should buy. You should also visit your vision for real. So we literally visit our car dealerships and sit in our dream car. And there were Maseratis and real fancy cars that we still don't own yet, but will in the near future. So by touching that material, by smelling that for example, if you want to have your dream car, smell the leather of that, and then use that those images from the car dealer magazines on your vision board.
$6,000 dress.
A $6,000 dress. If you want to, you know, for example, want to buy, and it's dare to be bold, guys. This is about your vision. Stop thinking small. So if you think, yeah, I don't mind about money, it's your mindset. Read the book, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, right? You've got to allow yourself to be abundant. What I did was just visiting shops and put on dresses of $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, right? Gucci stuff, fancy dresses, put on diamond rings, go to jewelries. So while you're creating your vision board, start visiting your vision and make pictures of yourself. Okay, so that's actually a sub action point for you to take the coming weeks. Start visiting your vision, make pictures of it, and see yourself in your future. Okay, so I have pictures of myself with golden rings, with diamonds on it, sitting in dream cars, having really fancy dresses on, and even test drive or dream Mercedes. Now, what you also need is those magazines where you find those dresses, where you find those cars, where you find those magazines, where you find those houses, where you find those all those things. And that is really, really, really important. So, tips for magazines. Rob Report, Showcase Magazine, Maxim, Golf Digest, Star Magazine, travel magazines. Like I said, Lonely Planet, National Geographic is really beautiful for their nature, but like I found the most pretty nature background pictures in travel calendars, those biggies. Okay, so that is the stuff that you need. I will make a list and put that in the team chat group, okay, for you to remember. Now, there are 3 steps to create your vision board. It's going in a process. This is how you should do it to double up the speed and to elevate the power of the creation. In the meantime, you are creating your vision board and you're doing those 3 steps. You should listening to Joe Dispenza, Bob Proctor, and all those names that I just mentioned in the previous session. Listen to ebooks while you are working on your vision board. So that's like working in your downtime while you're creating your stuff. You also feed your mind with things listening on the background. So not just music, but also education, right? Listen to YouTube videos, YouTube audios of Abraham Hicks. That's what I did. I listened a lot to Bob Proctor, actually. And he also talks about creation by working with your mind and also vision boards. So there are 3 steps to creating your vision board. You have to start. So you start with your pile of magazines or calendars right in front of you. You start by sitting and listening to inspirational stuff and just look through it. And everything that you see that appeals to you in some way, like giving you that, oh, that's cool, that's part of my vision, you should just rip it out. So ripping is first phase, cutting is second phase, and pasting is the third phase. About the ripping, this is the process. So just relax, take an hour, 2 hours, a couple of hours for it in your evening, in a time that you're relaxed. Go through all your material and just rip things off. Rip whole pages out of magazines. Don't start doing it precisely already. Rip it off, make a pile of it, and that's phase 1. That's just how you got to do it. Look specifically for nature pictures, for the setup of your vision board, with horizon lines. This is really important, that the background of your vision board should be like, if this is your vision board, you should create like 6 equal spaces. So like this. This is like the background of your vision board. This is fun to do. And you should see it like this. The background should be nature, all with an horizon somewhere. Now my pen is not working. So it all should have a horizon somewhere. So if you're gonna use all green, like a forest, for example, taking a picture in National Geographic from up, it doesn't give you an horizon, and it's gonna be tricky for creating 3 dimensions in your vision board. So that's like first stage. This is just like letting you know why it's so important to find nature pictures with horizons, because this is how you're gonna create your vision board in steps. National Geographic, awesome. When you have gathered that pile of ripped off pictures, you should start cutting. Use a hardboard cover, something to cover your table, and use an X-Acto knife with a really sharp point. Buy this in a special art shop or something, so you can refresh your knife. And because I shared that those vision boards, right? You just literally have to, if you want to put your dream car and create different dimensions, you should cut right like exactly around that car in order to let that come out. So you need a really sharp point for that, sharp knife for that. Close crop around the words and sentences, that's also important. You also, in the ripping part, cut out sentences and words that appeals to you. First of all, it's got to force your brain to see those words. It has a meaning, and that's like rewiring your brain if you use words on your vision board too. But it also, you're going to see later how, because I will be sharing in the chat group a little video showing you the process of working with your vision board. You see that those words are gonna help you make the different dimensions go into each other by just covering pieces of those different dimensions with a little word or a sentence. So close crop them. Yeah, it's all for 3-dimensional effect. The third part of creating your vision board is the pasting. And that is the most important of all. Now, if you're going to use a vision board, like I shared, a whiteboard with sticker Mac tag finish, when you use that sticker part of the board, the moment that you put something on it, you cannot replace it. So test it first. It's like what I did, and this is if you have a problem with seeing 3-dimensional, one of my golden tips that I just discovered myself, getting crazy from not seeing 3-dimensional things in my board while it was, is making a picture of it. So put it on your board without gluing it, and then look through your eyelashes on the picture. So take a picture of it and look at that picture through your eyelashes, and you gotta be sucked in, okay? So you gotta see like things basically that's not possible for real. A car comes out of the water. Anything is possible. Anything is possible, right? So you gotta let go of what's possible or not, and it's gotta be like that science fiction view of your reality, of all the elements that you want to see in your future. Now, to come back to a couple of questions that some of the students gave me in the chat group about confusion. How long should my vision be in time? Can it be like something I really want in 10 years, in 20 years, when I'm old? What's most powerful is that in your I am statements, you keep it 90 days, but your vision board can cover things for 5 years. 5 years is like the framework of what the mind can handle. What I've learned from my mentor is that over 5 years, looking in your future, it's so far away, it's going to be really hard to attract that for the mind. It's got to be more short term, up to 5 years. So that vision board can be something including your vision for 5 years. While your I am statement going to be more powerful when it's more short term, so for 3 months, because you're going to rewrite them every single day. every single week or every single month, right? I keep my I am statements for a month, and then I change them. I did it also for a period of 3 months because they were still accurate. So it's going to be more short term, but a vision board, not further than 5 years. Okay, put everything on it that you see yourself, that you really want to create within 5 years. So the pasting, start by gluing down the nature pictures. The background should come together like pieces of a puzzle. Okay, so do not, how do you say it? We're also linear. You probably want to put everything in nice, like I showed you, right? This is like the global idea, but it should be not pasted like equal parts. This should be puzzle pieces, right? That you fit into each other in the background. So this is the global idea, but it should be, if you have air that you want to paste into water, you should make a little puzzle line of it and then fit it in each other, covering it by a word of a powerful sentence or another picture of you or something that appeals to you, and that makes it like coming into each other. That is really, really, really important when you start pasting. So versus using rectangles, yeah, it should be like puzzle pieces all fit together, like fitting into each other, and that's got to be really precise. And it's really forcing you to activate your creative piece of your brain, right? So cover up the joining areas with close cropped images and words to create an overall blending effect. That's what I already shared. And the 3 vision boards should look like you can walk right into it. Literally like you're losing everything. So that is basically what I want to, and let me go back one little sec to the PowerPoint to show that again. Hold on. What I just shared. Oh, hold on. If you look here, you see everything that I just shared. You see here the word rise is covering up 2 areas of a car. This is probably this is a picture from a magazine with the car standing on a black ground, and then covering that with the word rise, and the picture of a rock, probably, you know, taken from National Geographic or something. You see that it nicely blends into each other. Again, it should be your vision. Don't force yourself to use words like money or whatever, but if it is what you want, don't make it hard. Don't be harsh on yourself. Be there, like I said, dare to be bold. In the void, in the power of creation, in the science of Joe Dispenza, you can create anything. So as long as you're not asking for it, it will not come to you. So there is no rules for what's acceptable or not. If you see this ship here, this cruise, this amazing yacht, I must say, if you want it and you are surrounded by people who do not believe that money is going to make you happy, you got to listen to the audiobook, The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. It's just, you got to surround yourself by people who know that it's okay, you know, that money is not a bad thing. If you're still struggling with that, you got to work on your mindset, that it's okay to earn money, because it's going to create XYZ for you, right? Money is just a vehicle. But that's just background information. But I say it because in general, your ego is going to, let me stop my share. Your ego will keep you safe. It's going to keep you safe. Like if you want to create change in your life, Your ego, so your awareness is going to say, oh, this is something new. You're more familiar, perhaps, for example, with being broke than seeing like thousands and thousands of dollars coming in on a single day with a single sale. What I showed you, that happened to us last week, a couple of days ago. I never asked for it in the beginning because my mindset, my financial blueprint was so below zero, because I was more used to being broke, having a bankrupt debt, being a social worker. I was always surrounded with broke social workers who worked so hard for a little paycheck. So I had to learn myself. I had to teach myself by listening to books that I just mentioned. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is also another tip by Joe Dispenza, to crank up your money awareness, to grow that, to heaten up that financial thermostat. So your vision board, so back to the vision board, your vision board should be bold as crazy. It's your creation. Ask and it is given. And you see that it also happened to us by just working with your vision board. So don't sabotage yourself with making a really cute vision board with a nice $10 dress. Don't use pictures of that. Use the fashion, the real. If you want to, like, for example, this is what I put on my I am statement, to shop unlimited without even have to look at the price labels, right? That's my vision. If you then start to select dresses from cheap magazines, that's what you're gonna get. That's the power of ask and it is given. Look at that butterfly behind me. It's so awesome to have that office here. So, so that is really important so far about the vision board. Now, let me check the time, how I am with my time. So far, okay, so I have a couple of minutes. I have shared with you why vision boards are so important. And then I showed you examples about 3-dimensional vision boards. Now it's up for you to know how to use them, right? So now what? I've created my vision board. Now what? I'm gonna look at it. Okay, this is how you should use your vision board. So in previous session, you have learned how to create your I am statement, your vision statement. You have written down I am proclamations, 10 short, 10 long. I've taught you to do mirror work with your I am statement. So say it in front of the mirror. And now I'm going to tell you how to implement your vision board with it. So this is how we use it 2 times per day. And perhaps you think, but you're in another country, how can you stare at your vision board? I have a picture of my vision board and I have it on my laptop, so I stare to it on my laptop. So this is also unlimited. When you travel or you're on holidays, you can always take your vision board, right? So you start your day. You should use your vision board twice per day for the highest effect thinkable. You should start your day not with turning on your cell phone, not with listening to the news, not with soaking up negativity that's going to grab your attention. You got to start your day ideally with meditating and ideally with listening for 5 minutes to something inspirational. So an audio book, or read something inspirational that's feeding your mind, right? Totally away from the daily routine. So don't start looking at your cell phone, please. Then you gotta grab your vision board that is based on your I am vision, your vision story, right? That's why I really ask you to have it ready, so you're ready for this assignment. So your vision board is based on a part of what you have written down. So you're basically looking into your future, right? On your board, you stare to your board, at your board intensively, okay? I do this with my eyes, so it's creating the depth more when your vision board is complete, it should have 3 dimensions already. So when you look at it, you're going to be sucked in. Okay? Then you take a deep breath and you say, yes, yes, yes. And perhaps you think, hey, she's exaggerating, but this is what we do. Then you take your I am statements and you're going to say it, writing, after looking at your vision board, I am job free. I am, I'm job free was actually I just took like one of my older ones. I am job free for 1.5 years or something. And that was, I didn't have it yet, but that's what you do. So in front of your vision board, you just then do the I am statements. I have always a mirror next to it. So after I have looked at my vision board, I look into the mirror and do my I am statement. So I have that nearby, close to each other. And what should be your intention? And this is the most important of all. It should create goosebumps. Your hairs in your neck. It should create vibrations around you. This should create that you're really seeing yourself in your future. And that's how you create it. That's how Joe Dispenza teaches it. You're gonna create an energy field around you that literally can manifest. That's the ideal effect of your daily actions with this mind work, is that you're gonna see magical stuff happening. I'm gonna give you an example for real life. Like in my I am vision statement is right now that we've found our ideal home to live in Costa Rica, right? I think about it, I meditate about it, I see it in front of me, I have everything, I'm doing everything that I taught you to do. Guess what happened? We're here renting a home without knowing it. The owner, Chris, of this house has one daughter, and she is going to the same school that is tested by our kids a couple of days ago. We had no clue. That's all connected. People out of the blue came to us on the street, start talking to us. This really literally happened. I was making a picture of a house up a hill and saying to Dirk, I want to make a picture of it because I'm going to put it on my new vision board. Guess what happens? At that same moment, and this is what I mean, but things manifest out of the blue. It was my thought. I created it. I attracted it. It's the energy field that has the power to make things of thoughts. A car passes by while I'm making this picture because we are in our car and aside of the road, there's this guy in this car start talking to Dirk like, hey, so you are Daniel? And Dirk's like, no, I'm actually Dirk. Why? Well, he said, oh, I thought I'm looking for Daniel. I have an appointment with him about real estate, about houses. So Dirk said, well, that's really exciting because we're just making a picture of that house wondering who's the owner, right? And he said, well, I know that owner and it's for rent. You can rent this house actually. So we're like, what the heck? We were just thinking about it, dreaming about it. And then that person appears out of the blue, and we met this person already a couple of times, and now we are gonna see some houses tomorrow. Things appear. It's gonna be attracted to you. This is no nonsense. This is science. Again, read Joe Dispenza, listen to his YouTubes, Ask and It Is Given, The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. All those books, all those stories are based on real stuff, and this just recently happened. But like I showed you on my PowerPoint, things really started to appear. That's why it's so important that you do your vision board, you implement it in your life as an extra elevation for everything that I already shared to do. With listening to your audio of your vision, to do your I am statements, it's just an implementation. It's an extra dimension. Whew, that was a long story. Now, I can imagine that you think, oh my goodness, it's so much. I don't know how to do it. just watch this recording again. I will record this. You will be able to listen to it again. Just listen to the part where I'm explaining how to make the vision board, and start buying magazines, start finding material today or tomorrow. Don't wait till Sunday morning to create your vision board. This should be in your daily program, your project. This is your life project. This is so I can show you, I can tell you how to make it. I can give you feedback, because I'm actually giving you the task to share your process of the creation of your vision board in the chat. So don't worry about making mistakes. I made 3 vision boards before it was 3-dimensional, trust me. I listened a lot to audios and YouTubes of awesome people in the meantime. So there's always a value of creating multiple boards and make mistakes and remaking them. I'm actually going to give you a call of action to share your results, your temporary results in the chat group, so we can look at each other's progress. You can help each other by saying, wow, I see 3 dimensions or not. I can give you feedback, because we've learned this too from our mentor, right? It's the only way to create a good vision board. You cannot make this in one morning or one day. It took me 2 to 3 weeks to have my vision board ready. This should not be ready next Sunday. It can if you start working on it for the whole week, but chunk it up every day, work a half an hour or an hour per day or whatever. Do it in your downtime. Have your temporary vision board before you paste it, for example. Have it at the side when you're having dinner with your family, so you can look at it. That's how we did it, like before you glue it down, that your eyeballs can catch the temporary board. That's all tips that I can share with you while you're gonna work on your vision board. Let's say the coming 4 weeks. It should be, I wanna see in 4 weeks all your vision boards ready. And in the meantime, also while we're gonna work on branding, target audience, how to build sales funnels, how to use Facebook, YouTube marketing, videos and stuff. I just want to see those temporary progress pictures of your vision boards coming back in the Freedom Lifestyles Academy chat group, okay? Because it's important to simultaneously work on different projects. So the Instagram is also still totally there. You should still work on your Instagram workshop. That's another chat group. Then you have your vision board to work on in your own time. Work on those 2 projects while you next week gonna learn about the next topic. So in a bit I will tell you what next week's topic is going to be. I'm checking the time. So to wrap it up, you're gonna make a 3-dimensional vision board. You know now why, you know how it's gonna look like. I'm gonna put those examples in the chat group, so you will be able to see it. Task for you next week. I want to see your temporary vision boards process. I want to see you with a pile of magazines. I want to, whatever, share what you want to share. It's not because I love to feel like a school teacher, like, you know, pointing at you, but I want to keep you accountable. Remember, the ego is going to protect you. You are about to change your life here. This is Freedom Lifestyles Academy. You're going to be learning the not average stuff, right? You want to be one of the 3%, right? How do you say that? One of the people in the 2 to 3%, the successful people who literally really change their lives. You got to do things that you're not familiar with, that in general no one is doing around you, but the only way is by doing it. That's how we changed our lives, and our vision is growing every single day. We know you can do this too, but you gotta be willing to do the work. So you know now all how to do it. What matters is that you do it. So I'm just here for 3 months in this workshop to keep you accountable, and that helped us to fight our ego while we were in our workshop that time learning about this stuff from our mentor Darren. To see your group who you're working with doing the same, that helps, and is the reason for me to ask you to share your progress. Keep each other accountable, support each other, give each other feedback, remind each other. I don't want to be the only one doing it. I'm just presenting the formula that's really working. Okay, so that is about it for the vision board. So I am excited that I'm able to share this with you. I'm really looking forward seeing your results with it, because I already have my vision for this group that you're going to be able to see, to look back on what it has done for you. That's how you should think. If you think, oh, I'm so tired now, I have to glue my stuff, I feel like I am 6 years old making a project. This should be your life project. The only way to fight your ego is to remind your mind every single day with your vision board, with listening to your own audio, by going through your proclamations, by looking into your own eyes in the mirror, reminding yourself about your future. That's why it's so important. And it's just an honor for me to share this with you. Now, next week, okay. Next week, it's gonna be, so when we park all the assignments that you gotta do, hold on for 1 second. Next week, Dirk and myself is gonna both share the foundation for your marketing. So this is about Instagram, this is about Facebook marketing, this is about any marketing. So for your restaurant, for your distributing, you're distributing in an MLM company, you're a massage therapist, it doesn't matter what you're promoting, you gotta be able to learn next week to create your target market. So who are you talking to in your marketing? That is really, really important, because when you know the mind work and you do that, and you gotta learn how to build sales funnels, that's cool. You know how Instagram works. If you do not know who you're talking to in your marketing, you're gonna mainly talk to everyone. You're gonna attract no one. So you're never gonna sell meat to vegetarians, right? So you gotta know, you gotta find out who your target market is. And that's what we're going to cover into details with some cool exercises, with some cool tips and guidelines to find that. But for now, I think you have enough work. So start working on your Instagram. That is the attraction, the marketing in action already, right? Have your vision in your board. And next week, we're going to dig into the first piece of marketing. And that was a training for today. Don't leave me yet. In a minute, I will get back to you before I'm going to leave this big screen. I am not seeing you, but I know you see me. But this was the training for today's Freedom Lifestyles Academy workshop intensive. I want to highlight this. If you think, wow, it has been so valuable already, or shoot, I'm talking about this to others and they just actually are excited and they want to do this workshop too. If you missed it, I'm going to be simultaneously start another group together with this group. I'm working with different groups at the same time. And we're going to pay you a 30% commission on if you literally bring in people. So if people going to pay the full amount of the workshop, you're going to be receiving from us just literally on a PayPal 30% of what they've paid on the full price. Okay, so that is literally like almost for right now how the price is. That's a huge amount you're gonna get back by just sharing your excitement about the workshop. It's gonna help us, share all the value that we are using, creating all the successful things and successful stories. But it also allows you to earn commissions and help your friends, family, whoever you know who will benefit from this training. So share it, share your process, share everything that you learn on your social media, talk to your to your friends if they are attracted to it, and don't bother them if they're not, okay? Because you're going to learn in your marketing how to attract people and not bug your friends and family if they're not open for it. But it's just a thing for you to know. So I'm gonna say bye here, and then I'm gonna come back to the screen where I can all see you. That's what I'm gonna do right now. Yay, you're back. I see you now. It is really weird to talk and just see the awesome background that I have. I hope this was valuable for you. I see you, like, it's really weird also for not getting response back. So I hope that it was not boring. I don't want to be boring. I actually basically gonna put you to work. You're gonna be feeling like a 6-year-old, like with a pile of magazines with glue and a knife, and you're gonna be gluing and pasting and dreaming and reminding yourself about your future. How's that sound for you? Who is committed to do that? Like making your house cool, making your house a mess. I was looking on my Facebook, and there is a picture, and I couldn't find it. I wanted to share it. There is a picture that I'm like totally surrounded by vision boards and by pictures and glue, and my whole living room is covered with it. And I told my kids, don't mess it up, because it's all there. And then of course, kids were playing, and all my images were moved. So it's really funny. You know, Carol and Helen have 4 kids. So, and they're running around a lot. It's going to be challenging. Put it somewhere up on the table when you work on it, that no one can just, sneeze on it and everything blows up before you glue it. But it's just a challenge for you to start working on it and take it serious, okay? So is there anyone who have a question at this point about the assignment, about the vision board? Because you're here live, you're able here to ask around. Who has a question about creating the vision board so far? No one? Okay, Julie. Hold on. Yeah, you're unmuted.
Okay, so for size, are we looking at something bigger than an iMac screen, let's say? Are we looking at gigantic, like this, or half the size?
Yeah. I'm so happy that you asked. I had to figure that out. Normally I give this workshop at home. I did it when I could show my vision board. Yeah, it should be, and I'm so bad with sizes. I will look it up.
Okay.
Hold on. I will look it up and share it in the chat with you, but it should be not this small. It should not be the size of my laptop. It should be, it should be something. What? Okay. So this is in meters. 1 meter by 60 centimeters. 3 feet by 2 feet. Okay, 3 feet by 2 feet.
Okay.
3 feet by 2 feet. Dirk just looked it up. Typically, my style of giving a workshop that I just forget to give you the exact sizes. Thank you for asking.
That's fine. Thank you.
Thanks for asking. So, okay, we covered the size. Okay, there is one really important thing that I forgot to mention in the training. There is this, hold on. This is something important for the movement of your pictures. You know this no, this is like a fish. You know that symbol for things don't end, right? This, you know, this symbol, never ending, unlimited. This movement. All your pictures should be put in your image in the tempo of this movement. So when you start, for example, to use an example of the car should come here, for example, and then the other things, there should be movement in your image, in your vision board, so that it gives like the perspective of something is close and stuff's gonna go up and down. It's keep that rhythm of that thing when you're pasting everything. So if you just literally like a car is driving there and then a horse is riding there, it should be all going in a smooth movement. That's connecting all the separate images, which you're gonna blend with like making it, cropping it out like puzzle pieces and fitting it into each other, but it's gonna help making a unity of all those different backgrounds with those perspectives and all that little worlds, making it into one. It's gonna help you using that rhythm. Yeah, I just reminded myself of that's really important. And yeah, someone else has a question or something to say? I guess not, right? So then we're cool. We're cool to go. I am really happy that you took all this time to join us here from all time zones and all time zones in the world. And I will be there in the chat group. If I'm not responding directly, it's because I'm not online. And the boys did so well with like walking through the screen the whole time. Like little boys climbing like up and down now. I can show it to you. You want to say hi? Okay, say hi.
Hi.
Hi. This is Simon, Nick's friend. And that's Nikki, my son at the opposite. So yeah, I want to thank you for your time. I'm looking forward to giving you feedback, support each other. It's still a safe zone. And I'm proud of you. And see you in the Instagram group. Start your marketing there. Really don't hesitate to really start it. I believe in you. Create your vision, and I will be putting the recording up as soon as I can. It takes like sometimes like 24 hours before it's uploaded with this slow-mo Wi-Fi here. So within 3 days, the recording will be up, and for you to view again if you need the explanation again, and just keep on creating. Keep on creating. Well, no matter what situation you're in, focus on what you want. Not on your fears. Don't think, oh, but I'm afraid if. Don't skip it. Focus on what you do want and be grateful for what you have at the moment. That is also really helpful. I'm gonna leave you for now. Bye-bye. And see you next week, same time, from the Netherlands actually. So that's gonna be weird, but see you soon. Bye-bye.